Hello everyone, this is Brian McInerney, the hydrologist with the National Weather Service located in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a water supply briefing for January 2014, and it's the more extended version out there right now. So let's take a look at our December dominant weather pattern that influenced our weather. And what we're looking at are the winds at 11,500 feet. And this feature right here, that's spinning clockwise, is a large high pressure weather feature that's been dominating the weather in the west really for the last 3 years during the wintertime. Any type of weather energy that comes into the west is shunted north, and then it comes back down over the top into the southeast part of the country and then moves along the east coast. And this area has seen the dominant effects of this weather feature and getting the most rain, snow, winds, high weather, while western U.S. has been shut out for the most part. We've had high pressure, we've had inverted air masses, and it's been quite difficult to accumulate snow in this weather pattern. And when we look at the current storm, and that's January 9th, what we see is the high pressure has moved out over the Pacific. And as the weather in the jet stream goes over the top of this feature, it opens the door, and we've got weather here at the Great Salt Lake and Utah and the West in general. So once this high pressure either breaks down or oscillates out over the Pacific or even moves east, anything to open the door for the jet stream and the storm track is very favorable. Let's take a look at snow now. And what we're seeing is the y-axis is snow water equivalent in inches, water in the snowpack. X-axis is time, and we're going to go basin by basin, and the average of all the snow-tail gauges run by the NRCS average together. So for instance, in this graphic, the Bear River drainage is at 72% of normal, below last year in the red. Blue is the average. Green is where we are right now. The Weaver River drainage at 72% of normal, and below last year. Six Creeks, which is just east of Salt Lake County, at 71%. Provo River Basin Group at 68% of normal, way lower than what we saw last year. The Duchesne at 79%. The Upper Green, close to where it was last year, and at 92%. Lake Powell, which the headwaters are in Colorado, moving down into Utah in the southeast part of the state at 91%. And the Sevier at 82%, and the Virgin at 84%. Now let's look at precipitation, and we'll start with June. Warm colors indicate below average precip, cool colors indicate above average precip. And for June, Utah was shut out of precipitation for the most part. There was only a trace recorded at the Salt Lake City airport, and that's close to the record. July, we saw the monsoon move in. A lot of areas of greater than 150% of normal. August, more of the same in southern Utah, 150% of normal. And then September had widespread flooding in Colorado, in Utah, even in northern Utah, with the amount of rain and storminess that we saw during this time. October, back to the dry period with rainfall and snow, more weather in Wyoming and the headwaters of the upper Colorado, and that's due to the weather system as it rotated up over the high pressure would come down into these areas. November saw precipitation of 150% or greater in parts of southern Utah, while northern Utah was quite dry, and then more of the same in December. Now let's take a look at temperature. And when we look at the June through August 2013 statewide ranks, and we look at Utah, we see 117. Well, we've got 119 years of data, and when you rank them with 1 being the coldest and 119 being the warmest, we were at 117. So very close to record heat. We did have the hottest summer on record in Salt Lake City going back to 1874, but statewide, the hottest out of 119 years, it was 117. The daily mean temperature anomaly for October 2013 through December 2013 shows most of the contiguous U.S. normal to cooler than normal, with exceptions in Florida and California. Now we'll move on to water supply. And when you look at the Colorado River Basin Forecast Center's area that they forecast, including the Colorado Basin and the Great Basin, we see areas of Utah in that brown and red area, 70 to 89% for the brown, and the red was 50 to 69% range, while areas of Colorado did much better, even above normal. In the upper Colorado, the Yampa River, and the San Juan did near normal. The rest doing quite well, and that's just due to a function of that high pressure systems moving up over the top and dropping down into Colorado. So let's take a look basin by basin, and we'll look at a couple of points a little more closely to give us an idea where we are. Excuse me. So when we look at the Bear River drainage, that's the area outlined in green, and we'll outline each basin in that green color. We'll look at Woodruff Narrows Reservoir on the Bear River. And this graphic is going to be used throughout the rest of the presentation, with the y-axis showing volume in thousands of acre feet. Time is on the bottom. And the middle line that kind of squiggles along, that's ESP. That's the model with 50th percentile, the most probable outcome from April through the end of July in volume in thousands of acre feet of water. And then you can see, as you see the darker blue, that's the extenders for all the way up to the 10th percentile and the 90th percentile. So there's a range of possibilities with the forecast that is made. The official forecast is in red, and we can see for Woodruff Narrows they're somewhere around maybe 100,000 acre feet, where average is 120,000 acre feet. When we look at Stewart Dam, we see we're somewhere around 100 and maybe 20,000 acre feet, where average is closer to 190,000 acre feet. We're above median, which is nice for this point. But still, we're below all in northern Utah. When we move into the Weber, this is an area that's had some serious problems with water supply for the past 2 years, and the forecast for this year does not bode well. When we look at Pine View, the inflow into Pine View Reservoir, we see we're around 50,000 acre feet, where the average is 120,000 acre feet, with the median at 100,000 acre feet. There is a range that we could get back to normal, but it would have to be very wet, very cold for the remainder of the wintertime, or at least for a long extended period. And it's quite possible, but it's not probable. When we look at the Weber near Oakley, we see more of the same, right around maybe 90,000 acre feet, where average is 120,000 acre feet. Again, possible to make it back above average. That's what we're shooting for, but we'll see. And then East Canyon Reservoir somewhere around 17,000 acre feet, 28,000 acre feet to be average. Now we'll shift down to the Six Creeks River drainage, the basin to the south of the Weber. And this is just to the east of the Salt Lake County area. We're going to look at a couple of points. The first being Little Cottonwood, and that's at about 27,000 acre feet, where the average is about 39,000 acre feet. And then we'll look at the low elevation watershed of Emigration Creek, smaller drainage, putting out maybe 1,800 acre feet, and we're looking at an average of about 4,000 acre feet. So not so good. Move over to Utah Lake, one basin south of Six Creeks, and we'll look at a couple of points here. The first being Deer Creek Reservoir inflow, which is located right there. And we're seeing a most probable forecast of maybe 90,000 acre feet, with the average around 130,000 acre feet. If we look over at the Spanish Fork River, at the point of Castilla up the canyon, maybe 30,000 acre feet, with the average at 70,000 acre feet. The median's at about 49,000 acre feet, so we're a little closer there, but still below average. Now let's look at the Duchesne River Basin, which is the area that drains the southern aspect of the Uinta Mountains into the Green River. And we'll look at 3 points here. The first being the Strawberry Reservoir at Soldier Springs, the inflow into Strawberry, and we're seeing maybe somewhere around 30,000 acre feet, with the average at about 70,000. Median at 50, so a little closer, but still it's been trending below the median and the average for the entire season. When we look at Duchesne River near Tabiona, we see a forecast of most probable near median, which looks to be somewhere about 85,000 acre feet. Average is, maybe 110,000 acre feet here. Still below, and it's been there. The pace of the forecast has remained the same. Night's diversion above median, which is nice. Somewhere around 195,000 acre feet. We'll take that. That's probably the best point we've gotten to this point. And then we'll slide a little bit north and east up to the upper green. And we're going to look at 2 points there. Flaming Gorge Reservoir, kind of the outlet point for all the water up in Wyoming, looks to be about, maybe a million acre feet, somewhere in that range, a little bit less. But still above median, a little bit below average. We'll take that. Now the Green River downstream. And we're looking at somewhere around 2.8 million acre feet for this point here. Above median, a little bit below average, but well within the ball game. And that's just due to the the better snow that we've seen in the upper green. And that's a nice feature. Lake Powell, these are the headwater areas and all of the drainages in Colorado that flow down into the Colorado and into the confluence with the green into Lake Powell. We'll start with Cisco at that point right there. We're bang on average. Looks to be about 4.2 million acre feet, and that's a very nice sign. Lake Powell is having difficulty filling for so many years. And when you look at Lake Powell itself, we're just a little bit below average but above median, somewhere in the 7.5 million acre feet range. So not too bad for this area. Excuse me. So we'll go over to the severe. And the first point we'll look at is Hatch on the Sevier River. And that's located right there. And what we see is very close to median, bang on median actually, at about 40,000 acre feet at this point, below average. But our box and whiskers plot indicate that we have a pretty good chance of getting above average if the storms cooperate. We'll have to wait and see on that. And then near Marysvale at Paiute Reservoir, right on median at 49,000 acre feet. Now we'll swing down to the Virgin. And this is the area that drains a lot of the Pineview Mountains and mountains in Zion National Park in that area. Virgin, the headwater area, somewhere around 37,000 acre feet with average of 52,000 acre feet. And then at the outlet over in Littlefield, we're again somewhere around the same, maybe 35,000 acre feet, where average is 52,000 acre feet. Okay, there you have it. This is Brian McInerney. There's my phone number. Give me a call. There's my email. If you'd like to see any additional data or see the data packaged a different way, I always try and keep this fresh. Feel free to pass this on to whoever. This goes out to a select group of water professionals throughout Utah. But, feel free to share it with whoever. And we'll go with that until next month. I do appreciate taking the time to listen to this, and we'll go from there. Thank you.